Well, no trip to the Northwest would be complete without a little rain, and we've got a lot of rain falling right now at Lumen Field in downtown Seattle. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Seattle Seahawks. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Cougar 19, Bronco 80.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
This 2nd and 4. He'll drop to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They'll run. It's Kenneth Walker. Walker showing the power. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The Seahawks at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year. Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Here we go, start. Ready.
Looking to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Let's go. 70 Lions. Ready.
They'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A big play that time on a catch and run. And it'll move the chains.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Cardinal, 18, go!
They'll fake the jet sweep and go instead with Walker. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten the yard down to the 16. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long.
19, Charger, 9.
He'll look to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And it'll be intercepted. And the Cards are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And they work this well upfield across the 45. It's a gain of 35. What did you see there on the defensive side? What allowed that good-sized run?
Well, they were in a cover 2 alignment, which means your 2 safeties are back away from the line of scrimmage. So if you can match up your blocking at the line, at the point of attack, there's usually some room, a big gap between that 2nd level and 3rd, and that's what they were able to exploit.
He's got this downfield to McBride. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Boy, 30 more yards and another 1st down. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Ross. Touchdown, Cardinals. Elijah Higgins. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cardinals use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. Patterson back out there to send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
2nd and 10.
Come on. Ready.
They'll look to throw here. Now he's got a man. Downfield is Horton. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Out of the gun, Walker with it. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Ready. 70 Lions.
Back to throw here. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. You look at this Arizona defense. This unit, they struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
What they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against some people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Kenneth Walker, his second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by York is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And it'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. 7-7, our score after 1. Four receivers now, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Second down and 4. Back to throw. Ross. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. And he's got this down to the 35. 10 more there and another first down.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at him, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Here's Ross. From the gun, he'll throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
Ross from the gun on third down. Over the middle, complete. That's Flowers. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 51 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. The tight end in motion right. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. He'll try to pick it up himself. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Marvin Harrison Jr. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Here we go. Here we go. Count.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
A gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Okay, ready? Get up. Ready?
They'll look to throw. And it is caught. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Jackson Smith-Njigba. 60 yards. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from drawing the extra point. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point.
Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
They'll get this to Flowers, left side. And he will get enough for a first down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
First down, Arizona.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, a wide open receiver. It's Harrison. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Second down and 6 now.
Here we go. Set.
Looking to throw. Ross. This is taken in by McBride. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
First down. First and goal at the 4-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great effort there. His first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Come on.
They're going to look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Horton. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And not enough on the throw that time as that one is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way to the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Ross. His throw incomplete.
And that drop will cause a little bit of angst for the play caller because you know they've worked all week game planning and flexing the tight end out and making him a matchup issue for the defense. They had what they wanted, and he drops the ball.
Man, just couldn't hang on to the slant. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. And taken at the 46. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
18 Cardinal.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And that is incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now is 2nd and 10.
Get it. 79 Broncos.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a 1st down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Kick the Eagle.
He'll look to throw. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a
been because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
Let's go. Let's go.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And incomplete on the deep ball. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would, and in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about seeing defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
On third down, Farrell. Fourth down now after a loss of 2.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, first and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
37-yard line.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's first and 10 at the 37-yard line. They'll set up to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
They'll try the left side. Mackey. And he'll get 3 down the 34-yard line. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. They'll set up a throw. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there. 27 yards. And the Seahawks take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. The Seahawks offense staying put out on the field. They're going to go for 2.
The Seahawks will line up for the two-point conversion.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And now he's going to go down. A big sack, and they're unable to tie it.
Seahawks 19. Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
That is caught downfield by Harrison. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down. Farrell. Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you run on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
Looking to throw. Ross. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Flowers. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
At the 7-yard line.
Let's go.
They'll try to run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. He'll try to run this one right up the gut. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Cards will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game. Patterson back out there to send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Come on, Hawk 70, Hawk 7, Cougar 19.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this one is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now. Now he's going to step up and run. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it will still leave him with a 3rd down.
partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Out of the gun now on third down. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep blow with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 68 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Seahawks, first down. 1st and 10.
Okay, ready?
4-yard line.
Ready? 18 Cardinal.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Now he'll tuck this and run. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
19 Tigers.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And Walker with it over the middle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Now to the ground. Here's Walker. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. The York on now for the extra point. And the lead is down to 2.
Makes the score Cardinals 28, Seahawks 26. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
At their own 35-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they've seen their lead nearly extinguished after that last score. But bottom line, they are still on top with the football. And a touchdown on this drive would really put them in position A. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Still fighting. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
They'll try the left side. Farrell. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great play there. 28 yards. And the Cardinals get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. So a heck of a drive right there with the game potentially hanging in the balance.
A very good drive, and now a conversion to make it a 2-score game and a solid lead.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game. 26. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And with a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Walker. And they stop him up short of the 1st down as they get him at about the 43.
It's 4th down.
Go.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And he's got it to about the 40. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Let's go.
Here's a give up the middle. Oh, and now some space to operate. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of sprint formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football, and we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. Able to avoid him. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 77 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so, because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You look at the geography of the field, right, where you are. That's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You got everything working in your direction.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Back at the 5-yard line now. 2nd and goal. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. Back to throw. Ross. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. From 4 yards out. And the Cardinals have extended their lead to 15 now here in the fourth.
Things are rocking easy here in the fourth quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt, and here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Here's first and 10.
Come on, come on.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Back to throw now on second and 10. Now he's got a man. Downfield is Horton. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 2 timeouts remaining, but time is of the essence. Down 2 scores. It's first and 10.
43-yard line.
Looking to throw. To the flat, that's complete to his running back. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
They'll look to throw again. And this is caught at the 8. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Here we go. First and goal.
60 by 6. 60 by go.
Again, he'll drop to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. Walker with a grab, left side. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for them.
And this is caught, so it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. So this likely just to get the final score a bit closer given the time remaining, but they'll have a go for 2 here. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables.